sessions, right? And everyone will speak, then it will be difficult to uh, understand. That is fine. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of C-DAC. Okay. And I wish, right, you all will be with us. And in the last batch, we have a very good attendance in all of the sessions, right? And it was like a great uh, like students, group of students. And this batch also, we're expecting all of you to be present in all of the sessions, right? Yeah. So let's get started. So before that, let me tell something about myself. Okay. So my name is Shakir, and I have been associated with C-DAC for last 15 years. I'm also a student of C-DAC, and it's like August 2006 batch, right? Quite old. Yeah. Okay. I was just checking the messages on the chat. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll be taking your concept of programming batch, right? So this module basically, right, it is a concept of programming with Java, right? So basically what we learn here is how to write program, right? How to write program with respect to Java. Okay. So if you are already aware of, right, C or any other programming language, it will be much easier for you. If not, so don't worry on that, because what I'll do is I'll consider that you don't know anything. So we'll start from the ABC. Okay. So because out of 226, right, 239, 238, or 237, right? Maybe many of you are not from computer science background, maybe not aware of, right, any of the programming language. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll consider that you don't know anything. We'll start from basics. All right. Yeah. So before I move, I just want to understand. Sorry, just give me a second. How many of you are not aware of any programming language, or they are from different background like chemical, mechanical? Yeah. So two participant raised hands. Four. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Keep going. It will give me a rough idea like how many of you are completely new to programming. Okay. Yeah. So mostly people from electronics background, they know the basic programming, right? They know C, C++, or at least they know how to write hello world program, right? Yeah. So 30 people, right, out of 237, that is fine. Any branch other than computer science and electronics and communication, automobile, mechanical, chemical, that is fine. All right. Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah. Okay. Mostly people are from mechanical production. Yeah. Okay. All right. No need to write on the chat now. Okay. Good. All right. Okay, guys. So what I'll assume that you don't know anything. I'll start from the ABC, okay, of programming, and those who are already comfortable with C or C++ or Java, you have to keep your patience, right? Okay. Let's others understand how it works. And for Java, right, and advanced Java, we already have two bigger modules. Okay. After this module, where there you learn all the concepts, all the new features of Java frameworks, and you also get enough time for a big project. Okay, so at the end of this module, right, or and end of this, I can say the session, right, your batch, you will be able to write a production ready, code. You'll be able to write, working project, because in the last batch we have seen, right, students have written a very fantastic project, and you can't believe that they are, students, or they are a professional programmer. And okay, fine. Okay, if you know C++, that is fine. Even if you don't know anything, that is fine. Okay, we'll start from the basics, ABCD. Okay, so those, again, I'll tell you, anyone who are already aware of, right, programming language like C++, Java, you have to keep patience. Okay, keep watching. Okay, fine. So let's start. So those who are new to programming, right, I expect they should respond. Okay, and anyone can respond, but especially those people, right? Okay, all right. Okay, okay. So let's get started. So once again, welcome to C-DAC. Welcome to this module, Concept Programming with Java. Okay. So I just want, like, what you know about the Java. Okay, already. What is Java? So if I say what is Java, what should be your answer? Okay. Again, I'll see the chat window. I'll make this session very interactive. Okay. Okay. The only thing is that, I mean, don't repeat the same thing over and over. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. If someone has already typed, so for example, someone has typed platform independent. Okay. Object oriented language. Okay. Right. What else? Secure. Okay. Friendly programming language. Okay. That's good. Running on a virtual machine. Okay. Okay. Robust, class based. Okay. 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 Faster performance. Technology and platform both. Yes. Very good point. Yeah. Okay. So like most of the features you have already added, right? Okay. So let me write it here. Okay. So what you said is, the very first point you said is it's the object oriented, right? And before that you said that it's object oriented programming language, right? Okay. So someone has already put the point. It's a programming language. It's a object-oriented programming language. Okay, right? Object-oriented programming language. And also, someone has written write once, run anywhere, right? So that is a platform independent. That's the very first point. Platform independent. Okay, which is nothing but write once, run anywhere. Very good point. Okay, free and open source. Yes, you are right. It's a free. Okay, and open source and high level language. Yes. So someone is saying it's a high level language. We'll explain each and every point. Okay. So don't worry if anyone not understanding all the points. Okay. So what says is high level programming language. Okay. Secure. Yeah. Security is there. High level of security is there. Secure. Okay. 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 And let me go back. Multi-threading support. Okay. And let me go back to see all the points. Okay. So someone says it's a multi-threaded. Okay. So support for multi-threading. What is multi-threading? We'll understand. And someone has written a very good point. And let me check. And it was all about simple, right? Somehow written is very easy to. Okay. So that is the first point from my understanding. It's a simple. Okay. Architecture neutral is nothing but a platform independent. Okay. Compiler interpreter. Okay. That is automatic garbage collector. Yes. Very good point. So I'll write here auto garbage collection is there, and then there is a point portable. Okay. That is also very good point. Okay. Useful for teamwork. Someone has written. Yeah. Very good. Sarthik, right? Lesser implementation dependency. Yes. 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 All right. IO support. Okay. Okay, guys, stop here. Yeah, yeah. So encapsulation and abstraction is nothing but object oriented. We are talking about. Okay, reliable. That is fine. Yes. Okay, technology as well as platform. Yes, that is a very important one which I missed. Language as well as platform. Yeah, distributed. Yeah, distributed. Okay, guys, stop writing on the chat window. Okay, let's understand each point. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys. So the very first point I'll take it is the simple. Java is a very simple language, easy to understand. Okay, this is what everyone has written. Easy to understand. Okay. Now thing is that how it is simple. Okay. Again, someone is writing robust. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. Now stop writing. Let me take each point and we'll understand. So today agenda is first of all we'll understand what is Java. Okay. Okay. And then we'll have a development environment setup, and then we'll write some code. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's now go one by one. So very first point is Java is simple, easy to understand. Okay. So how I can say that it is easy to understand? So if you look at like before Java, right? Whatever language we had, right? Like we had a C, we have a C++. Okay. Let me write here. You'll get some idea. So the earlier language was C, C++. Okay. We had a Pascal. Okay. And we had Smalltalk, etc. Okay. Again, someone is writing. Yeah, Lisp, Simula. Those are AI language. Okay. That is fine. So I'm talking about just the language which we had, right? C, C++, Pascal, Smalltalk, etc. Right? Or so earlier language, right? Whatever complexity they had, right? So all those has been removed in Java. Okay. You don't need to go in details. Okay. So for example, in C and C++, there is a concept of pointer. You can directly manipulate memory and all. And also there is a risk associated. Okay. There is a always there is a cases of memory leak and all those things. Okay. So all those complexities has been removed in Java. Second is, you may be like surprised why the Java book is very thick compared to C, right? If I say Java is simple and C book is, very thin compared to thick, so how it is simple, right? Yeah. So the answer is, understand, the answer is most of the books in the market, right? Whatever you see from C, C++, Pascal, right? They cover just a basic programming language. Okay. The basics of, programming. But in the Java books, right? It's a language plus library. Okay. Okay. So if you look at any of the Java book, right? So what they cover, not only the language part, but also the details of ready-made libraries. Okay. So that is why the Java book is thick compared to C and C++. If you remove this part, right? again, the size of this book and size of these books will be same. Okay. Syntax wise, right? It inherited the syntax of C, C++, and Pascal because these are the languages which are very popular in that time. And today also they are very popular, C, C++ and all. So syntax wise, the Java is similar to C, C++. Okay. And the Java book is thick. Okay. In a C book, let's say 100 pages are there. In the Java book, you may find 500 pages. The reason is because there is a details of ready-made libraries available, ready-made APIs. We'll see what is the meaning of libraries here. Okay. So the very first thing I would like to convince all of you that Java is simpler than C, C++. Okay. Java is easy to understand. Yes, someone has written derived from C and C++. So basically, syntax is derived. Okay. So Java syntax is similar to C and C++ because these languages are very popular and people are comfortable with the syntax of C and C++. That is why Java people also chosen the similar syntax. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I believe you understood this point. Anyone has doubt on this point? Let me know. Fine. Okay. Great. Yeah. No need to write about it. If you didn't get it, just write a message on the chat. Else we'll proceed. Okay. And again, those people who are already comfortable with C, C++ or Java, okay, you have to keep patience because we are going, very slow, and we'll try to cover each and every point. Okay. Okay. You may think like it's very easy, very simple. Okay. I'm passing your time, right? It's not like that. Okay. Just be with me. Yeah. Yeah. So C, C++ also we have ready-made libraries. Okay. But most of the books, right, don't cover in details. In details, they don't cover, right? So for example, let's say you have to write uh, a software, or I can say a program which will run on two machines. Okay. And they will talk to each other. Okay. So it's very difficult to find those, programs, those APIs, those details in most of the books. There are books where you can get it. But in case of Java, right, every Java book you can see there is a topic, network programming. Okay, someone has covered already, distributed, right? Okay, so that is why I said in C, C++ also we have a library. So what is the meaning of libraries? Library is nothing but a ready-made code. Okay, ready-made functionalities. Okay, okay, clear? So library is nothing but something which is already available for you. You don't have to write, it's already there. You have to just know how to use it. Okay, clear about libraries? Okay, someone asking what is the meaning of libraries. Is it clear now? Yogesh? We'll see more details on libraries. What is the meaning of library? So libraries I'm talking about here, something which is readily available for you. You don't have to put your effort. Okay, fine, all right. Okay, so that's clear to everyone, I believe. Let's move to the next point. I will take this one, programming language, high level language. Okay, these 2 points I'm writing here, and I'll keep it in one line, high level programming language. Okay, high level programming language. This is the point most of you have written. Now, what is the meaning of that? Okay, so when I say Java is a high level programming language, okay, what is the meaning of that? So just understand, when I say high level, it means it's a English type of language, okay, similar to the English language. You can easily understand what I have written. Okay, this is the meaning of high level. End user can understand. Yes, simple English. Okay, clear? There are languages which are called low level language. Okay, Okay, so those language, it's not easy to understand, not easy to write. Okay, we'll not go in that details right now. Just understand high level means it's a simple English, easy to understand. Okay, now programming language, what is the meaning of that? I'll try to put some focus here. Okay, maybe you are confused that what is programming, what is language. Okay, so let me write here. Okay, first of all, language. Okay, what is the meaning of language? What is language? So language is nothing but means of communication, right? You know English, it means you can talk to English people, right? If you know Japanese, you can talk to Japanese people. If I know Marathi, I can talk to Marathi, those who know Marathi, right? Those who speak Marathi. So it's a means of communication, right? It's a medium by which you can talk. Okay, fine. Okay, someone has written programming is a digitization of ideas. That is fine. We'll not go to those fancy definition. Okay, so let's understand a very simple language. Okay, so language, everyone clear? It's a means of communication. Okay, now when I say programming language, right, it's similar to that. Programming language is nothing but it is also a language. It is also a language. Okay, but who understands? Language for computer, right? Or devices? Yeah, right. So language is for us, right? Yeah. So people typing, a lot of uh, definition. Okay. Don't write on the chat. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you can write it. In case I miss anything, you can write it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I appreciate. Yeah, you all are hearing. You are not making loud. Yeah. So language, means of communication, programming language of computers, devices, right? Something which your computer understand. Yeah. Okay. Now, when this, if you let's take out this one, programming. Okay. I'm going to take out. There is a background noise. If someone is not speaking, just mute. Yeah. So programming, programming is made of program, right? Programming is made of the word program. Okay. Again, I'll point it here. This program, right? We are talking about. There is one more word, program, right? Both are different. This program word you are not talking about. We're talking about this one. So the base word of programming is a program. Okay. And this program is nothing but a kind of function, right? You have a marriage function, marriage program, or engagement program, or any other birthday program, right? Some program. Okay. So let's move this one. Okay. We'll talk about this one. Programming made of program. What is program then? So when I say program, is a nothing but set of instructions, commands. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So when I say instruction and commands, it's nothing but some order or some instruction or some commands you are giving to the computer. You talk in terms of instructions. Okay. So when I say program, right? When I say Java program, C program, it's nothing but we are writing some lines of code, and every line is some kind of instruction. Every line is some kind of commands. Okay. I hope it is clear. So when I say Java is a high level programming language, it means it is a English type of language, simple English, easy to understand, and it is a programming language. So we don't speak, what we do, we write some instruction. Okay, we give some instruction, we give some commands. Okay, and those, a bunch of commands are called programs. So this is a language where we write program to talk to computer. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Anyone not clear, just write it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Shubham is writing some code. So these questions, just keep it with you. Okay, we can discuss later on. Okay, right now we're talking about, Java. Only Java will talk about. We don't want to confuse others. Okay, okay. What is difference between program and process? All will come. Don't worry, don't worry. What is process, program? Everything will come. Okay. So right now, I told you, right? So those who are already know Java and the concept of Java, okay, don't write anything on the chat. Okay, you write it only if I miss something. Okay. If you think that somewhere whatever I've written that can be expressed in a much better way. Okay. Okay. So keep patience. Keep patience. I know you are getting bored because you are saying these things already you know, right? But don't worry. Just keep patience. After few days, you will be comfortable. You will also learn something new. Okay. Yes. Meaning of high level. Yeah. So right now I told you, right? High level means something which is kind of English kind of language, which is very easy to understand, easy to write, read and write. Okay, that is called high level. The other language, low level language, middle level language, which is difficult to write, difficult to understand. Will not go in that details. Okay. So right now, yeah, human readable language. Yeah, high level means is a human readable language. Very good point, Rohit. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's move on. Okay. If you have any doubt, then only write on the chat. Otherwise, not. Okay. Because that will create confusion to others. So I'll take this one. Human readable, right? Okay. So this is we covered, right? Simple. We have covered high level programming language. Okay. Now let's move to the next point. In case if you have any doubts, you can write on the chat, else we'll move on. I hope it is not. Yes. All right. Thank you. Okay. Now the most important part, why Java is different from others and why Java is, you know, chosen as the widely accepted language, and the feature is platform independent. Write once, run anywhere. Okay, we'll see with example. Okay, but right now, just to understand, when I say platform independent, it means I'll compare with the language. Let's say the C. Okay, because most of you already know a little bit of C. Okay, so in a C, what happens if you write any program, let's say on a operating system Windows. Okay, you compiled, your software is ready, so your application is ready in C, right? But when you move that application on another platform, let's say Unix operating system or operating system, with a different hardware architecture, your program will not run. So basically, you have to build your application for a different platform, right? Okay, getting my point? In case of Java, write once, run anywhere. Write on one platform, okay, and once it is ready, it can run on any platform. So when I say platform, right, I keep saying platform. Platform, it means talking about operating system, okay, or hardware architecture, okay. Platform means any operating system or any architecture, doesn't matter. So when I start writing my Java application, I don't have to worry about that whether my application, if I'm working on Windows, whether my application will work on Unix platform or a Mac operating system or a different hardware architecture. I don't have to worry about. It will work because Java is a platform independent programming language. Okay, platform independent. Platform means OS or hardware architecture independent. Write once, run anywhere. The more detail you will see with example. Okay, okay. So when I say architecture, I'm talking about you may have seen, right, your machine maybe 32-bit architecture, or a 64-bit architecture. When you buy a new laptop, right? You may have seen it supports 32-bit, 64-bit, okay, and also it is built in a different hardware architecture, right? Yeah. Okay. No, we're not talking about Java virtual machine. Okay. So in short, any Java program, when you write, you don't have to worry about the platform. You don't have to worry about the operating system. You don't have to worry about the laptop. So basically, what I mean to say, if your program is running on your laptop, it will also work on another's laptops, another desktop. Okay. Yes. Yes. Shubham has answered correctly. When I say architecture, it is related to microprocessor. Okay. And also it depends like who built, right? So it's an Intel machine or it is from some other vendors. Okay. Okay. So, okay, fine. Yeah, any type of operating system it can operate. Okay. All right. This is clear to everyone. Platform independent programming language. This is the most important features. So in the early days, right, when we have a C, C++, Pascal, all were platform dependent. Okay, all were platform dependent, right? So what it means, if you write any application, any software targeting, let's say operating system, let's say Windows, okay, if you want to run on Unix or a Mac or Apple computer, right, you have to build it again. Okay, you have to write in a different way so that it can run on all the machine. It's not like one software I download and it will run everywhere. Okay, it's not like that. But in case of Java, it's a write once, run anywhere. It's a very one line you just remember. When I say platform independent, write once, run anywhere. We'll see with example. Okay. Okay. Now moving to the next point. So this point we'll see with example with in details. Okay. Okay. Now I'll take this point free and open source, right? That is also very true. So okay. So free means when we say language, right? So everything is free basically, and open source, the source code, right? Okay. Any program when we write and whatever ready-made libraries we are using, we talk about ready-made libraries, right? You can see the source code. You can see what code they have written. Okay, everything is open. Okay. When I say free, right? Earlier it was completely free. Okay, but till Java 8, I can say. But later version, right? The JDK, the platform on which we are running our application, right? That is free for students, free, but not free for enterprise. Okay. Okay. But there are a couple of other JDKs available which are free. So in short, I can say everything is free. Okay, whatever is required is free, and the source code is also free. Okay. Now the next point is object-oriented programming language. This is a very big point, and we'll show you with some example. Okay, object-oriented programming language. What it means. Okay. So before that, do you have any doubts? Any doubts? Whatever we covered. Open source. Open source means yes, 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 yes. See, type of JDK is same. Okay. The specification is same. You can have your own JDK. You can write your own JDK based on the Sun microsystem specification. Okay. But yes, we have JDK from Oracle. We have JDK from other vendors like Amazon. We have JDK from, uh, yes, Amazon Corretto. Yes, you are right. Yeah. So when you're saying modify the source code, you can modify the source code of your code, right? Locally, whatever you want, you can do. Okay. Source code is easily available. Yes. So this is the meaning of free and open source. Okay, so very good question. What makes Java platform independent? We'll see with example. Okay, don't worry on that. Okay, okay, all right. Now coming to the object oriented, right? Someone is writing is a not pure or pure. Don't worry about that, whether it's a pure or not pure. Okay, okay. let's understand what is object oriented programming language. Okay, so so the languages, right, whatever we have, right, they have a different types. Okay, so the two major types is, one is called procedure oriented. There are other types as well. Okay, procedure oriented. Another is called object oriented. Okay, okay. So procedure oriented programming language example is like C, Pascal. Object oriented programming language is like C++, C Sharp, Java. Okay, okay, guys. So what I said, programming language, whatever we have in the market, right, and whatever we have so far, there are multiple categories, right? There are two categories which are very important. One is called procedure oriented, other is called object oriented. The example of procedure oriented is C language, Pascal. Okay, C is not object oriented, Pascal is not object oriented, but C++, C Sharp, Java, these are object oriented. Okay. Now again, you will say like, what is object, right? First of all, you'll say what is object, what is object oriented, right? So we have a separate, session on that. We'll see in details what is the meaning of object, what is the meaning of class. Okay, what is the meaning of object oriented programming language in details. Okay, all the concepts we'll see as part of that PPT. Okay, as part of that session. Okay, but on a very high level, just understand the approach. This approach is where we focus on procedure. When a problem is given to you, okay, when a problem is given to you, when you are supposed to write some program, right, you talk in terms of procedure, you talk in terms of function, you talk in terms of algorithm. So your focus is always, okay, what should I write, what should be my logic. Okay, but when you talk about object oriented, right, it's not only logic. The very first thing you talk about is object. You talk about in your program what all entities you have. Okay, maybe you are not understanding my terms, right, but don't worry, we'll see in details. But here what we do, we don't only worry about the logic of the program, but also we talk about uh, something which is easily maintainable, something which is easily scalable. Okay, which will not become complex if the size of code increases. So a lot of things we are caring about here. Okay, so in the early days, right, these object oriented was not very popular, but later on people realize that when the size of code increases, the complexity increases, the complexity increases, and they found this concept. Okay, object oriented way of writing code, it makes your code easy to understand, okay, easy to maintain, easy to scale. Okay, and these language becomes popular, very very popular. And because nowadays everyone is writing object oriented kind of code, and Java already supports object orientation from the early days. Okay, so Java is object oriented programming language. We'll see in details. Okay, so right now don't worry much on that. Yeah, someone talking about data security, we also think in terms of security as well as part of object orientation. Okay, okay guys. Okay, so now there are many things which you'll understand only after writing some piece of code. Okay, so when I say security, right, so Java compared to other languages, java java is secure. If you compare to C, C++, it is more secure. Okay, a lot of security features are inbuilt by the language. Okay, the meaning of security, that also you'll understand when we'll have security module and all. But right now just understand the Java application will be much more secure than its counterpart C, C++. Okay, okay, this multi-thread also will cover it later on with example. Okay, we'll cover with some example. Okay, so when I say example, it's not I'll write some code, but I'll show you with uh, with some graphics. Okay, what is the meaning of multi-threaded? Later in the Java core Java session, you will write some code for multi-threaded. Okay, Similarly, the another very popular feature of Java is auto garbage collection. Okay, so automatic garbage collection. What happens in case of C and C++, this language, right? C++. What happens whenever you have a garbage? Garbage means some memory which is not in use. Okay, when I say garbage, it means something which is not in use. I was using it, but now it is no longer used. That is called garbage. Okay, in a very simple language. Okay, so if you want, in case of C++, you have to manually clean the garbage. You have to manually write some code. There is a code free, okay, which will free the garbage. In case of Java, it's auto garbage collection. You don't have to worry about the garbage you created. The Java runtime environment will clear it in the background. Okay, when it reaches to a limit, it will clear. So garbage is nothing but unused. Okay, when I say garbage, something which is unused. Okay, unused. Okay, unused memory. Okay, something I have used it, but now I'm not using. Yeah. Okay, multi-thread will cover, don't worry, with some example. We'll take these points at the end, right? Someone is asking, do we have a concept of pointers in Java? No, we don't have pointers in Java. In the beginning, I said, right, Java is simpler than C++. So all those things which create complexity, right, which create some problem, that is removed. So pointer is not there in Java. Okay. Yeah, reference is not pointer. We'll talk about reference later on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Yes. All right. So auto garbage collection we covered, right? So in Java, you don't have to worry about the garbage. Garbage means some object, or I can say some memory which I'm using, I have allocated. Okay, I've written something, but now that is no longer used. Okay, so the same occupied space, if you want to use, right, you have to first clean it, right? In case of Java, you don't have to worry about the garbage. Java will clean it. If something is not in use, that area will be cleaned up. Okay, those garbage will be collected by the Java runtime environment in the background. Okay, fine. Now, yeah, garbage collection. See, all this is in the topic. Don't worry. I'll give an example. Don't worry. Okay. Now coming to the portable, right? Portability. Okay. So why I'm not going in details each and every point, because what I assume that some people don't know anything about programming. So that is why I'm not covering. I'm not writing. I'm not providing any definition which is programmatic in nature. Okay. Theoretically, I'm explaining, but when we write code, I'll explain these points. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now, portability, again, you will understand with example, but I'll tell you. Okay, portability means you can move your Java application, okay, from one system to other. Okay, so for example, similar to platform independent, right? Portable is similar to that. If I've written my application, okay, so let's say I have my Java software, okay, or I can say I developed Java software on Windows operating system, right? Okay, or I can say developed and tested, let's say on DOS. Okay, DOS command prompt. Okay, but I'm sure everything will work on Windows, Unix, or Mac. Okay, so it's a portable. Okay, okay, That is called portable, right? So you may be asking, right, it's a platform independent, like both are same, platform independent and a portable. No, portable is different. I'll give you one example. So for example, in C, there is a data type int. Okay, you can write something like that. So in the C language, the type of int on DOS is 2 byte. In C programming language, type of int data type, okay, on a DOS operating system is 2 byte. On Windows, it is 4 byte. Getting my point? So let's say you have written one application and you test it on a DOS. Okay, as per your assumption, it is working fine, right? But when you move to that application, right, on Windows Unix, your assumption will be wrong, or other way around. You develop on Windows and you try to run on DOS, okay, because the data type size will change, your application may be impacted. But in case of Java, the size of int is 4 byte, irrespective of operating system, whether it's a DOS, Windows, Unix, Mac. This is one example. This is one example. There are many examples. Okay, so what it means, so whatever language construct we are using, right, they are consistent across all operating system. That is, I can say, supportable. Okay, today I was running my software on Windows operating system. Tomorrow I'll say, oh, Windows is paid. Okay, it's a license, right? I don't want to run my application on Windows. I'll run on Unix, okay, or Linux, which is free, right? And you can directly go. You don't have to worry much on that. Okay, but if it was a C application, C software running on Windows, you want to move to Unix or a Mac or a DOS, lot of changes you have to do, because not everything in C is portable. But in Java, almost everything is portable. You don't have to worry about. Okay, so this is the example of portability. Okay, this is one example. Okay, as we go, as we learn, the language, you'll understand, okay, what is the meaning of portable in very, it will be more clear to you. Okay, guys, fine. I hope it is clear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now there is one more point, language as well as platform. Okay, we'll see with example this one also. I put in a to do. Okay. So Java is a language, okay, similar to C, C++. I can write some code, but it is also a platform. When I say platform, means kind of operating system, right? In the beginning, if you see here, when we talk about platform, right, we talk about OS or architecture, right? Okay. So when I say Java is a platform as well, it is not a physical platform like your Windows, Unix and all. It's a virtual platform. Okay. This is called a virtual machine, virtual platform, virtual operating system. Okay. We'll see with example this one also. Okay. So Java is a language by which you can write a program, and it is also a platform because the Java program runs on the Java platform only. Okay. Java platform only. We'll see with examples. So basically, on top of your Windows operating system, there will be a Java platform, and on top of that, your program will run. Okay, that is called virtual platform. Okay, to do means this just keeping a note. We'll cover in later on. Okay, to be covered. Okay, so basically to be covered later. Okay, so don't worry on that. Okay. Okay, so again a distributed, right? Again a distributed, what it means? It means that application or programs, or in a very simple language, I'll say programs runs on more than one I'll say a program runs on more than one machine, I can say. Okay. So for example, I can write a program where part of the program will run on one machine, another part will run on another machine, and they will talk to each other. Okay. So example of distributed application or distributed program is a network chat program, right? Okay, you can see the chat window, right? So I can write a chat window in Java, okay, and people can talk to each other. Although those programs are running on a different machine, they all will be able to talk to each other. Okay, so in Java, what is the meaning of distributed? It means Java has a support for writing distributed program, a program which runs on more than one machine, more than one either virtual machine or a physical machine. Okay, clear? Okay, so that will also understand with the example. Okay, you have to write the code, you'll understand in detail what is the meaning of distributed. It means that Java has a very good support for distributed. It's not like that you cannot write distributed program in C and C++. You can also write in C++. In C, you may need to write lines of 100 lines of code. In Java, it's just a 5 lines of code or a max 10 lines of code. Okay, so that is why we're saying Java is a very good support for writing distributed application. Okay, okay, guys. So most of these topics, theoretically we have covered. We'll write some code, then it will be easy to explain each and every points. Okay, and what I'll do at the end of today's session, I'll cover with some example. Okay, so for example, I'll cover multi-threading. What is the meaning of multi-threading? Okay, I'll also try to cover some other concepts. But so far, right, is it clear to everyone theoretically what are these Java features? These are basically Java features. Okay, when I say Java, Java is a simply high-level programming language. Okay, it's a high-level programming language. But when you say about the features, so I can say Java is simple. Okay, Java is simple. I'll say Java is platform independent programming language. Java is free and open source. Java is object oriented. Java is secure. Java has an auto garbage collection. Java applications are portable. Okay, Java has a support for writing distributed application. So these are Java features actually. Yeah. Any doubt? Let me know. Guys, anyone getting confused with all these topics, all these points? Let me know. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So one question someone is asking, they're talking about assembly language, right? And written in English, why don't we call it high level language? So it's assembly language, right? There we are talking about the opcode, right? There is operation code, right? And we have a limited number of codes. And those opcodes, there is a code like sum, sub, okay, prod, right? Multiplications for MUL, okay? So those are not easy to write a big program, right? Using those operation code, and those codes are again not generic in nature. They're specific to the platform. Okay, and that is why it's not easy to write. Okay, it's difficult to write if else loop in assembly language. That is why they are not high level language. Okay, yes. Java runs on a Java platform. Okay. How it is platform? Okay, we'll see this example. Okay, we'll see some example. Okay, distributor also I'll explain. Don't worry. Let me write some code, okay? And then we'll come to these points again. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So I think let's move on. Yeah. Open source means the source code of the Java libraries, right? So for example, I said Java has support for writing, network application. So they have some ready-made libraries. You can see the source code, what code they have written. Yes. The loop in Java is like C language. Why object-oriented again? Yes. I can explain these object-oriented again, but I think some people will not understand. And so let me write some hello world program in Java, and then we'll come to these points, okay? I'll explain in details. Just keep a note. At the end, I'll ask and we'll cover it. And if not today, maybe tomorrow, we'll explain all these points. Okay. Okay. So let me show my PPT, and pretty much same whatever you said, right? Whatever feature you said, we have covered everything. Okay. Okay. So let me go through, and whatever is remaining, I'll cover. And then finally, we'll set up Java environment and write some code. Okay. Okay, guys. So now you can see my PPTs is quite old, but it cover most of the things. Okay. So these are the agenda for today. Just understanding what exactly Java is, and setting of development environment, and we'll write some program. Okay. And then with respect of this program, we'll understand some of the concepts. Okay. So, okay. So this is pretty much the same. Java is high level programming language. Most of you told the same, right? And originally developed by Sun Microsystem. But now it is acquired by Oracle. Oracle company, okay, they have acquired the Sun Microsystem. So now Java is, under Oracle. And this Java language, I can say, was initiated by James Gosling. Okay, you can say father of Java, kind of. Okay, but it was not the effort of one person, but everyone in the James Gosling, right? They have put their effort. It's a team effort, outcome of the team effort, and designed with the concept of write once, run anywhere. This is the very first point why Java is popular, because Java is a platform independent programming language. And this is idea, right? Runs, write once, run anywhere. Yeah, green team. Yeah, yeah. Write once, run anywhere, right? And because of that, Java becomes very popular. Okay. And you can see this James Gosling, the image I'll show you. You can see more video, and this guy is already live, right? He's not dead. He's already, this person, James Gosling. Okay, he's a Patrick Norton. Okay, and similarly, all these people contributed. Okay, now when you talk about the history, right? History of Java, like how Java started, and all those details, right? I'll not go in details. And what you can do, there are link I have added. Okay, they cover little bit history. Okay, so initially, when Java started, it was, the focus was on the television industry. Okay, so if you look at uh, the interviews of James Gosling, right, on a YouTube, what he said, that initially they discuss with the people who, or the company who manufacture, dish TV or a cable TV, kind of, television industry, elevator. So people who write embedded software, or I can say those devices, right? So they talk to them, and they try to understand what is the problem they are facing while using, low level languages, or C, or assembly language. Okay, or the embedded software they are writing, what problem they are facing. And they understood that they have an issue with the platform independence. Okay, so whatever code they are writing for one device, the similar code is not working for another device, although the functionality are same, but they have to build it again for that particular device. So keeping those requirement in mind, they started writing this language Java, and the focus was write once, run anywhere. If someone will write the code, they write the program for one device. Okay, so that same code or the same program should also run on another device. Okay, another platform. It should work, right? And they succeeded. In the beginning, the technology not very popular, people have not adopted, but later on, when internet came, it becomes suddenly very popular. And today, this is one of the best, programming language, one of the best programming language, widely used in all the complex application, and billions, millions of, devices runs Java, right? So details, you'll understand the history. Okay, I'll not go into history, but yeah. So I'll come back to the slide. So first version of Java is 1995. Okay, the JDK, I think 1.0 version is 1996. Okay, before that they had one minor version, 1995. 1996 they officially released. And initially they were talking about the Green Talk, the name of their team. And initially the extension of Java program was .tlk, but later on it was renamed to Oak, and then finally they renamed to Java. Okay, this Java, initial name was Oak, but there was already a company, Oak Technology, and that was their trademark, right? So they then changed the name to Java. Okay, so more detail you'll see on those links which I provided, or you can search on Google Java history. Okay, how it started. Okay, so very first point, you understood Java is a high-level programming language. Second is Java is a platform as well. So when I say platform, it means it's kind of virtual. It provides a Java virtual operating system. It provides a virtual platform. So Java software always runs on their own platform. Okay, we'll see in details what is the meaning of platform. Okay. Yes. Don't worry. So someone asking Java means type of tea. Yes, you are right. So basically, uh, why they have chosen the name Java? Okay, why they have chosen the name? It's a random, right? What happened is, in Indonesia there is an island Java. Okay, in Indonesia there is an island. The name is Java, and Java also means a coffee garden, or kind of coffee. The first name of coffee is Java, right? And these people, right, these all the inventors, they were drinking coffee, and they were maybe, I mean, this is what I heard, in Indonesia, and they come up with the name Java. Why not we put the name Java? Because Java is very popular. The name coffee is already popular. So let's put the name Java. Okay, but initial earlier name was Oak, but when Java became famous, right, there was already a company, Oak Technology. So Oak was the trademark of another company, so they have to rename to some other name, and this is the random name they have chosen. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, yeah, someone written Yavadvipa in Sanskrit. Okay, all right. Okay, guys. So let's move on. So this is what I told. So Java and a brief history of Java. Okay, so Java is a language as well as a platform. We'll see. Okay, so this is already we covered. When I say platform independent, we're talking about it's architecture neutral, write once, run anywhere. Okay, so irrespective of operating system, irrespective of your uh, processor, right? Write once, run anywhere. A program will run anywhere. Simple, small language, as I said, right? Java is simple, small set of language construct we have. It's a small language. There's a large libraries, the ready-made libraries, ready-made code. We have a big set of, and that is why the reason I said, right, Java book is thick. Okay, 500 pages, 600 pages. Why? The core language is very small. It's just a 50, 60 pages. All others cover the details of libraries, how to use the ready-made code, and that is why it's a thick. Object oriented, as I said, right, we already have a separate session, the meaning of understanding object orientation. It supports abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. These are the concept of object orientation. Okay, in a very high level, Java is the object-oriented programming language, and because it's object-oriented, so Java program is very easy to maintain. Okay, easy to scale. Okay, when the size of application grows, okay, it's easy to manage. It's not difficult. Yeah. Auto garbage collection already we have covered. So Java has uh, when Java program runs, you don't have to worry about the garbage. The memory is managed by the Java virtual machine. Okay, the Java environment will take care of the memory management. Whatever garbage is there, it will clean it up and make it available. Okay. Security, as I said, Java is secure than the other programming languages. If you compare with C and C++, there is no memory pointers. Pointers always, makes your code insecure. Okay, because using pointers, you can directly manipulate memory area. So in Java, you don't have a memory pointers. Also, the program doesn't directly runs on your actual platform. It doesn't directly run on Windows. directly run on Unix. It always run inside a virtual machine. You'll understand what is the meaning of virtual machine. Okay, so as I said, right, Java is, if you look at here, Java is programming language. Also, it's a platform. Platform means there is a virtual operating system. Okay, on top of that, your program runs. So your program does not directly interact with your operating system. Okay, it doesn't directly interact with your Windows or Unix or Linux. It interacts with your platform, and platform interacts with your operating system. And that's why your Java becomes more secure. There is a more control. Okay, platform will not allow you to do any task related to security. It will not make your code. It will not allow any insecure call to your operating system. Okay, so you cannot crash your operating system. Okay, also the Java bytecode verification will understand what is the meaning of that. So whenever you run any Java software, okay, so your Java virtual machine, which runs your Java code, will check the bytecode. Each and every code it will verify is whether it's a Java or something else. It's a virus or it's a Java code. Also, we have array index limit checking. C and C++, right? We don't have array index checking, but in Java we have array index checking. You cannot access beyond your array limit. Okay, we'll see with example. Okay, someone is typing something. Yes, yes, we'll share all these notes. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. Now, portability already explained, right? Primitive data type, size, and the arithmetic. Is someone writing here? Primitive data type, size, and their arithmetic behavior is specified by the language. So as I said, right, the size of int, a size of integer, okay, in C or C++ are different on different operating system. In case of Java, same. Okay. In case of Java, the data type size are consistent across operating system, across the platform. Also, whatever ready-made libraries we have, they have portable interfaces. It means it will run on all the platforms. So you don't have to worry about. Once you have written Java software, you developed on Windows operating system, you don't have to worry whether it will run on Unix or Linux or not. It will run everywhere. Distributed, there is support for writing network programmings. There is support for writing remote method invocation. Okay, so you have one program, they can call the function of another program running on a different machine altogether. That is possible. So Java has a support of all these features. Okay, so theoretically we have covered most of the things. When we will run the code, it will be more clear. Okay, multi-threaded, robust, dynamic. Okay, primitive, non-primitive. We'll cover with example. Don't worry. Okay. Yes, yes, we have a size of operator. Everything is there. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Let me go back here. Okay, guys. So whatever we covered on the notepad, right? So multi-threaded, easy to create and use, and robust, strong memory management. And this dynamic, again, you'll understand with the programs. Okay. Okay. Finding runtime type information easy in Java. Okay. So all these will be clear when we write some code. Someone has raised their hand. If if you have any question, you can talk. If not, then we'll proceed. You can unmute yourself and you can talk. Okay. So I okay. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So enough on the theoretical part. Also, I said, right, Java is a platform. It means your Java programs always runs on top of your virtual operating system. This is called Java virtual. Java platform, I can say Java virtual machine. Okay, and that all will be clear with the example. Okay, so don't worry on that. So more theoretical, right? Now let's move on some practical. Okay, what we'll do, we'll first of all set up development environment. Okay, and then we'll write some code and we'll run it, and then we'll again come back to those points: platform independence, okay, and multi-threading and all those things. Okay, so most of you already may have this Java, right? You may have, but we'll tell you the steps. Okay, so to write a Java program, to write and run, two things you need. One is Java Development Kit, that is called JDK. Okay, and the second, we need any text editor, similar like Notepad, Notepad++, any text editor is which understand the ASCII character. Okay, so any text editor is required, or what we need, Java Development Kit. People keep writing on the chat. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it simple. Don't write fancy words. Okay, people will confuse. We'll come to those points. Okay, yes, you can write on Notepad. Notepad, is nothing but a text editor, right? ASCII text editor. Yeah. Okay, guys. So what I'm saying, two things we need. One is a JDK, it stands for Java Development Kit, and other is any text editor. Okay. Now again, when I say JDK, there are multiple versions, right? When I Google, I can see there are multiple versions. Let me show you. Yeah. So I believe you are able to see my Google, right? So when I say download Java JDK, okay. If I click on the Oracle, right? Let me click on the Oracle. So you can see the version 16, right? 11, right? SE8. Okay, so you can see the version 8, we have a version 11, we have 16. So when I say this one, LTS, long-term support, right? These are the stable version, Java SE11, okay? But this is also licensed, okay? And we have 8, okay? Similarly, if you look at this Java 7, okay, you may have some older version, okay? Now this Java SE8, the version 8 is right now, this is the industry accepted version. Okay, everyone is working on Java 8 only. Rarely any people has started working on 11. Okay, this is widely accepted language as of now. Okay, when I talk about version, okay, when you learn the basics Java, right, doesn't matter which version you are running. Even the Java 7.6 is fine. But what we'll do, we'll go with Java SE8. This is what is in your syllabus. Okay, and this is what every company, even I'm working in one of the industry, right, it's a big company worldwide, and they are also following the Java 8. Okay, fine. Now this, you can see there is an option JDK download. Okay, GRE download, server GRE download. So don't worry on that. What you have to download, you have to download this one. Okay, if I click here, when I click here, right, you can see there is options. You have seen, right? I clicked there. Now, if you look at, there is a license update. There is some information about license. Don't worry on that. It's a free. And now you can see these links are there. If you have a Linux operating system, 64 RPM package, you have to download this one. Linux, this one, Linux 32, you have this one. If you look at Mac, for Mac, you have this link is there to download. For Solaris, you have this. Okay. For a Windows, again, there are two things, right? x86, this is 32-bit architecture. I told you, right? Even the Windows are on a two architecture, x86, x64. any recent laptop which you have, right? They are all 64-bit. If you have an older desktop or laptop that might be 32-bit architecture, you need to download this one. Fine. Now it's very clear, right? Java is a platform independent, but the JDK, Java Development Kit, which we need is a platform dependent, right? That is why we have a different, executable. You can see Windows 64, we have this one. Windows 32, we have this one. Solaris, we have this one. Okay, we for a Mac, we have this one, right? So very first point you have to remember the Java Development Kit, which is used for writing Java code, used to write and run, right? That is platform dependent. These are the platforms. Okay. Yeah. So that is the architecture x86 or x64, right? Okay. Okay, guys. So I think it is clear to you, right? So right now I have a Windows 64. I have a Windows 10 on my machine. The recent laptop I have. What I'll do, I'll download this one. Okay. If I click here, it will first ask you to accept the license agreement. I'll say okay, and then I click here, and it will start. It will first you have to log on. It will go to the login page. If you have not already logged in, right, it will tell you to create a new account, log in, and then you download. So if you already have account, you can log in, and after you log in, you can see the download is going on. Okay, so what I did, I search search on the Google download Java JDK, correct? And the very first link from Oracle, I clicked there, and there we have seen the different versions. I chosen Java 8. Now within Java 8, you have seen that the Java 8 was available for a different platform. Because I need to work on the Windows, I click on the one which is for Windows. When I click on that, it will redirect you to sign in page. You already have a user ID and password, enter it here. If you don't have user ID password, first you click on the create account, create your account, and then log in and download. Okay, so once it is downloaded, this is what I have. You can see this is the JDK. This is what I need on my machine. Okay, now after that, just you have to double click and say next, next, next. It will be done. On my machine already I have a JDK, maybe the older version, but it is there. Okay, I'll show you the steps. Yeah, that is fine. This is the recent changes. You need to log in to download JDK. Okay, but there are a way you can directly download from some other website. Okay. Okay, so now let's move to the PPT. I'll show you how you can install. I hope it is clear to everyone, and I expect everyone to download and install. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me put my power plug. Yes. Okay. So this is the link, right, which we have used to download. You can see the JDK is available for a different platform. For Windows 64, this one I have chosen. And once downloaded, you have to double click. So when you double click, the very first window you can see is this one. You have to click on the next. Okay. And again, you have to click on the next. And this is the place where the Java will be installed. This is the default location. C program file Java, and this is the version. If you want, you can change it. If you want to install in a different drive, D drive, E drive, you can select. Otherwise, keep it default. I'll recommend don't change anything. Let it be as it is. The default location your JDK will install. Click on the next, and click on the next. It will be installed. It will also asking for JRE. Okay, JRE 1.8. Again, say next, next, next. Okay, okay. After that, it is done. Okay, we'll verify on my hard disk where is my JDK. Okay, so what we have to do, someone is writing on the guys, Don't write anything, right? Just wait. Okay. So understood, right? I downloaded, I installed. Okay, now we'll verify where I have JDK installed. So as I said, right, the default location is C program file Java. I'll go here, C drive, program files, and there is a Java folder. And here you can see with the installer, my JDK installed. Right? Now you may have seen, right? There are two things. One is JDK, one is JRE. Even only one is that is fine. If I delete this one, right, JRE, if I delete this one, then also it is fine. What I need JDK only. Now why JRE is there, we'll see what is the difference. At the very high level, just understand. Let's say you have a Java software, right? You have downloaded from Google and you want to run. Let's say there is a Java games written in Java program. Okay. So as a customer, right? If your intention is just to run Java software, JRE is enough. It's a lightweight, small in size. But if you want to develop, you want to write Java program as well, then you need a JDK. Okay, so JRE is just to run Java software. JDK is required for everything. If you want to write your own Java program, you want to run, everything is there inside JDK. If I click on the JDK, you can see there is a JRE also. So if I have only JDK, then also it is fine. JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So everything you need to write, run, debug, JDK is enough. So this is for developer. Because you are Java developer, you need JDK. Okay. So this is optional. Separate JRE. This is for only for customers, right? You develop one software and you want your customer to use your software. You'll say, okay, guys, you can download JRE and then you run my software. That's it. Okay. The customer need to run based on JRE. Okay. But if you are a developer, you need a JDK. Yeah. Okay. Some people are asking, what is JRE, right? So JRE is actually which runs your Java program. And JRE is something, which provides you Java virtual platform. We'll see in details, okay? After setting up, I'll write some code and then we'll explain each and everything. But at the very high level, understand JDK is something which a developer needs. JDK contains JRE, which is responsible for running your Java code. All other stuff you can see, bin, all these things are required to develop Java software. JRE run Java software. Very simple. Okay. Now, so what we did, we downloaded, installed, and we have verified that on my drive, I can see two folders. I can see two folders, right? Now, I need to check the path environment variable. That is another point you have to do. That is the last point. And then you are good to go. Okay. You are good to go. Okay. Now set the path variable, environment variable. And after that, everything is done. What is path? Let's move to the next slide. So for setting the path variable, you have to go to your system properties, environment variable. I'll show you how to do it. And then you have to add the location of your bin folder. Okay. How to do it? Let me tell you. I already have, but I'll show you. What I'll do, I'll say environment variable. I have Windows 10. Okay. If you don't have Windows 10, also you can do it. You can go to control panel, go to the system environment variable. Okay. So if I click here, it is open. This one. I believe you are able to see system properties, right? In system property, there is a tab advanced. Okay. In advanced, there is an environment variable. This is what I'm talking about. If I click here, you can see this is open and there is a path. Okay. So what is path? Path is specific to your operating system. It has nothing to do with your Java. Okay. Path is an environment variable specific to your operating system where the location of all the softwares are set. You can see the location of MySQL, all other things are there. What I'll do, I'll just click on, and you can see there are two things. The user variable, system variable. Okay, path is there here as well here. So when I say user, it means it is for the logged in user. And this one is for every user. Okay, there may be cases where, in your laptop, there are multiple users, user 1, user 2, user 3. Okay, there is a one main user, there is a guest user 1, 2, 3. So this variable, user variables, it will be different for every user. And the system variable will be same for all users. Okay, what we'll do, we'll change the system variable. What we'll do, this one, just select and click. And you can see here at the very top, I have added C program file JDK bin. Okay, let me first of all delete and then I'll add it again. I deleted. Okay, I deleted. Right now I deleted. Okay, I have deleted. So although I have a JDK downloaded, installed, there is no setup, there is no path setup. Okay, there is no, this is we are talking about, right? There is no path setup. What will happen? Let me open the command prompt. I believe you know how to open the command prompt. Just type cmd and on the start window, on the start, right? You can see the command prompt and just write Java C, for example. Okay, what it is saying? Java C is not recognized as an internal external command. Java C is for Java compiler. Okay, if I say Java, okay, so you have seen, right? Java C not working, right? I can also set the path, set path. What is there inside a path variable? So these are the paths available. We have path for Oracle, we have a path for Notepad, we have a path for all the Windows software, we have a path for like Microsoft Office, right? But no path for JDK. Okay, so that is why when I say Java C, it is saying Java C is not recognized as internal external command. Now what I'll do, I'll go and set up the environment variable for Java. I'll close this window. Again, here on the type, I'll say env. I click the system environment variable, go to the advanced tab, click on environment variable, and on the system variable, there is a path. I'll say edit. Okay, there is nothing for JDK. I'll go to my location where I have JDK installed. This is the location, right? This is the location where I have a JDK. Till bin folder, this path I have to copy. Control C. This path I have to copy. Okay, and here in environment variable, I'll just say new. I'll put it here. Okay, I'll move it at the top. Select, move it at the top. Okay, 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 and it is done. Now if I go open the command prompt, if I say Java C, now you can see it is showing everything. What option is there for Java compiler? Okay, if you just type set path, you can see what is there inside the path. So the Windows path variable has the entry for JDK as well. Okay, so this is where we are done. This is where we are done. The environment setup is done. Now we can write code. Yeah, so the question is why you moved it up to the top. So the reason is I have some other software as well, okay, which have a different version of JDK. I mean, that may have a different version of JDK, and that is why I move it at the top. Okay, even if it is at the last, it doesn't matter. Okay, Now someone is asking how to set up path in Ubuntu. Yes. So there is an option export, right? Yes, sudo apt-get install. This is how you can install. Yeah. Yeah. So it's easy to do similar way. There is a command export command. You can set the path. Okay. Okay. So someone is saying I have Eclipse. Do I install JDK? Yes. See, Eclipse will not run without JDK. First of all, Eclipse is a Java software written in purely in Java. Okay. If you have a JDK, GRE, then only Eclipse will run. Yes. 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 Yeah. So Mac OS also there will be similar approach. Okay. First install it, and then they also have the path, right? You have to make entry, or most of the operating system it's already installed. Okay, Java JDK already installed, path is already set. Okay, so those who have Mac OS or Ubuntu, you try to do it yourself. If not, just ping me. Okay, after the lecture you can install, not right now. Okay, shall I paste the location on terminal? So don't worry on that. Okay, do it after the session. If you are still not able to do, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Yes, yes. So those who already have a Eclipse NetBeans installed, it means you already have a Java running. So don't worry on that. Okay. But in case, right, it is better to repeat these steps to understand, yes, I'll share the PPT as well. Okay. So guys, yes, yes. Okay, guys. So whatever questions you guys are asking on the chat, right? If it is relevant, right, I'll answer. Otherwise, you already have, many Java expert who are answering. You can look at it. Okay. Uh, Otherwise, what we'll do, we'll take those questions at the end. Okay, last 10 minutes I'll take all your questions. Okay, so right now what we learn, how to set up the path, right? Someone is asking, can you explain again how to do it again? So I have a Windows 10. I'll just type here env, edit the system environment variable. You can also go through from your control panel. Okay, system properties open. Now on the advanced tab, not on the other tab, on the advanced tab there is an environment variable section. Click here. Now there is a system variable, there is a path. Click on edit, and this is the place where you have to click on new and add the path till bin folder. Okay, and do okay, okay, and it is done. Okay, guys. So now we are done. Now let's write some Java program. Okay. Now let's write some Java program. Okay. So as I told you in the beginning, right, what we need JDK and a text editor. Okay. What we need. So what we need, first of all, in order to write Java program, I need a JDK. Okay. Download, install, set path. Second, I need a text editor. Okay. So for that, right now I'll use Notepad. Okay. Okay. Now let's write some code. Before that, let me see. Someone is writing, can we use VS Code? Yes, you can use any editor. Okay. I have already installed Java 15 version. So I'll say uninstall 15 version, install 8 version. And you can have a multiple version. In the path, you set the Java 8. Yes, please, you downgrade your JDK version. And the reason I'm saying is we'll use JDK 8 version for all these sessions. Yeah. And in case you are facing some issues, it will be easier for you to trace the issue, right? Can I use IntelliJ? Yes, you can use Eclipse IntelliJ. So right now I'm not talking about all these, indicated development environment. We'll talk about the Notepad. We'll move slowly. Okay. We'll use IntelliJ Eclipse later on. right now I'm going to use just the notepad, okay, plain notepad. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, just pause for a minute. Let me write some code. Okay. Okay. So how to write a hello world program? The very first program, how to write in Java. So first of all, start with the command prompt cmd. Okay. This is the window from where we'll run our Java program. Okay. And with respect to this program only, you'll understand many concepts. So right now you can see I am in C users Lenovo folder. So in a C drive, there is users and then Lenovo folder. Can you guys mute if you're not speaking? Can you mute if you're not speaking? Background noise is there? Yeah, thank you. Okay, guys. So I'm going to use some, DOS command here, and some of you are already aware, some of might not. Okay, so don't worry on that. Just go with me. Okay. So right now you can see I have a C inside a C drive. There's a users folder, and then we have a Lenovo folder. What I'm going to do, I'll switch to my different drive, and I can see which drive I have. I'll go to E drive. There is a C-DAC folder, and then you have a May 21, E-DAC May 21. Okay, and here I'll have, let me write one folder here, and let's say this is, I'll say Java Workspace WKP. Okay, so this is the folder where I have to go. Okay, E drive Java Workspace. So one option is here only I can open command prompt. Another option is from command prompt here I can just say E colon. Okay, now from C drive I switch to E drive. Okay, E colon I switch to E drive, then I'll say C inside the C-DAC folder. Then I'll say E-DAC May 21, and then I'll say Java Workspace. Okay, so now you can see I'm in this Java Workspace folder. Okay, so two command I've used. One is the drive colon to switch to the drive. Earlier I was in C drive, now I'm in E drive. And then CD is stand for change directory. Okay, so I'm saying change to C-DAC folder, then I'm saying change to this folder, then Java Workspace. So right now I'm in this folder. Okay, there is a command CLS which will clear the screen. CLS. Okay, so three command I have used. Okay, now this is time to write a Java program. Okay, so there are multi different ways. Somebody writing on the chat what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. So those who have a different version, they can download JDK 8. Okay, and change the path. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so okay, let's move on, guys. Just don't write anything on the chat window just for 5 minutes. Let me finish this program, and then we'll take your questions. Okay, so this is the folder I have to write my Java program. Okay, so first of all, I'll go in a very traditional approach. Here I'll right click, I'll say new text document. Okay, and let me write the name is, let's say hello world, and the extension I'll keep as a Java. Enter. Okay, so all Java programs or all Java files have extension .java. Remember, in C it is .c, in C plus it is .cpp, but in case of Java the extension is .java. Okay, so I have created one empty file. You can see the type here, Java file. Okay, you can see the type here, Java file. I've not written anything. Let me open in Notepad. Okay, I'll open this one in Notepad. I'll double click. It is open in Notepad++. Let me open in Notepad. Simple. Open with Notepad. Okay. So this is my first Java program. Okay. I'm writing some code. Okay. I'll write, let's say, public class hello world, open bracket, and then close bracket. Okay. So don't ask what is public, what is class. Don't worry. We'll go step by step. Right now, you can see the public, all lowercase, then class, all lowercase. Then I've written hello world, which is similar to the file name. Okay, you can see. Okay. And there is open bracket, close bracket. Okay, fine. Now I'm writing one more things here. You can write public static void main string args bracket, open bracket, close bracket. Okay. So again, you can notice this public, all lowercase, all small letter, static void main, and then in bracket we have a S capital. This is string S capital, remember. Okay. Here we have a hello world, all capital, and this is the any variable. I have written args arguments and the sign of array, open square bracket, close square bracket. I mean, this is the bracket. Okay, and now I'm writing just system dot out dot println, and I'm saying welcome to Java world. That's it. Fine. Now notice here S is capital, system, S capital, system out lowercase, println lowercase, and in double quote, this is the double quote. I've written something, welcome to Java world, semicolon. If you remember, this is a one instruction. This is an instruction set of commands. Okay, in the beginning I said, right, a program is nothing but set of instruction. Okay, set of command. This is one of the command. Okay, I save it, file, save it. Okay, now if I want, I can close it. This is fine. You can keep it open as well. Now if I go to my command prompt, this is my command prompt, the same folder, Java Workspace. Here I am. So there is a command dir. You can also see what all files I have. If I say dir, you can see I have only one file, hello world.java. Okay, only one file I have, hello world.java. Okay, cls clear screen. Okay, now my program is written. I have written a Java program. The very first thing I have to do is I have to compile. I have to say Java C hello world.java. Okay, so this is how I translate my Java code to machine understandable code. Okay, basically virtual machine understandable code. Okay, so what I have written, Java C hello world.java. So when I enter, you can see your Java file is compiled, translated, and you got a class file, hello world.class. The extension is .class. Okay, so you have seen, right, hello world.java has something similar to a plain English, right, plain text. If you see here, what I have, whatever code we have written is similar to a English language, right? You can easily understand. Okay, each and every word you can understand. Okay, and but this is not understood by the machine, right? This is not understood by your processor, right? Your system will understand only the binary language, the machine code, machine language. Okay, this is a high level language. This is high level language, but this high level language is for you, not for the machine, not for your computer. Computer understand the low level language, the language which he understand, right? So what I did, I just enter the command Java C hello world.java. What happens? I got a hello world.class file. Now this class file contains a binary code. Okay, what is the binary code? The binary code is something which is not human readable. Okay, for example, an image, right? Audio. If you open any image or audio, right? For example, let's say I have some image here. Okay. If I open, right, in a notepad, not easy to understand, right? What it is? It's a binary. It's a binary file, right? Similar to that, if I open my class file, you see some zigzag, right? If I open this class file, you will see some kind of binary code. Okay. So this binary code, which we have inside hello world.class, this is platform independent file. Getting my point? This hello world.class file, which is created after the compilation, right? This is a platform independent code. You can run this class file on Windows. You can also move this on Unix or Mac, and you will able to run it. Okay, you don't have to compile multiple times for a different operating system. Okay, what you have to do? Move this hello world class anywhere and run it. Now, how to run it? To run a program, there is a command Java. So Java C is for compilation, for translation, and Java is for running your program. So how to run it? Java hello world. This time you don't have to provide extension, although the extension is dot class. So it is understood by the Java virtual machine. Java hello world. If I enter, I can see the output whatever I have written in my program. Clear, guys? So Java C and Java, two command I executed. Will explain each and everything in details. Don't worry. Yeah, someone is saying is binary file means 0 or 1. Okay, so binary language is different, right? And the binary file, okay, any image, video, class file, something which is, not readable is called binary file. Okay, it's not always 1 0. Okay, so this is an intermediate file. This hello world.class, right, which is created after the compilation. Okay, it has some code which is called byte code. Okay, if I open in a notepad, ideally notepad is a text editor, right? It will it will what it will do, uh, let me open notepad. Okay, this is how it interprets, right? This class file is interpreted in a different way by different editor. Okay, ideally it's a binary file. Okay, it's not human readable. Okay, fine. Now let's understand the concept. What happened here? What happened here? Java C is a Java compiler which translates your Java program to class file. Class file contains byte code. Class file contains byte code. Inside this dot class, there is some binary code. Some zigzag is there, right? It's not a plain text. Okay. Now, when I say Java hello world, okay, when I say Java hello world, what happened? As soon as you say Java hello world, enter, a Java virtual machine, a virtual platform is created on top of your operating system. Getting my point? We are already in a Windows operating system. On top of Windows operating system, there is a virtual platform is created, a process is created. From operating system point of view, it is nothing but a process. Okay, what is process? Again, the question comes, what is process? So running instance of program is called process. Okay, if I'm confusing you, let me know. So when I say process is a running instance of a program. Okay, so for example, right, how many notepad I have? If you see, I have one notepad, right? If I just click on the taskbar here, right click, task manager, okay, you can see there is a one process is running, notepad. So notepad is already a software. Notepad is already a program which you already have, right? When you double click, what happens? One process is created. If I open one more notepad, right? Now you can see on the taskbar, there are two notepad. The program is one, but there are two instances. That is called process. Okay, a process from operating system point of view, everything which is running is a process. For example, Google Chrome is one process, Edge is one process, Microsoft PowerPoint is one process. Okay, this even the Windows command prompt is one process, Zoom meeting is one process. Okay, so what happens when I enter, when I say Java hello world, okay, because the program is very short, it's completed immediately, right? When I say Java hello world, when you say enter, right, what happens? One process is created, and that process is called Java virtual machine. That is called Java runtime environment. Okay, and that environment, what that environment will do? That environment will take this hello world.class, translate and execute. Confused? This Java virtual machine will execute your class file, and this is the output which is shown on the console. And as soon as the program completed, the process will also finish. Okay. Okay. So let me save this one somewhere. So I'll create a folder day one, and here I'll say day one notes. But otherwise, I'll miss this file. Okay. Okay. Let me open this program again. Hello world.java. Open with. Okay. System.out.print. I'll write one more line of code here. Okay. And this time I'm writing this is my first program. Okay. So I added one more line. I'll save it. Okay. Try to understand. See, every program has an entry point from where your execution will start. Okay. In Java, this is the main method. This is the entry point. And the signature of this method is always public, static, void main. Okay. In Java, this is called method. This is called method. Every method should be inside a class. Okay. What is class? We'll see in detail. Don't worry. So public class hello world. This is the class. And so open bracket, close bracket. Okay. So any method you can write should be inside the class. This is the entry point. Okay. And this is the two lines I've written. So because I made changes to my program, what I have to do? Again, I have to compile. I'll say Java C hello world.java. What it will do? It will recompile and update the class file. Now, how to run it? I'll say Java hello world, enter. Now you can see the output. So successfully we run this program, right? Now, just quickly understand what happens. We have very less time, 10 minutes, but don't worry. Okay. Okay. So this is what we did, right? Just we have written a hello world, right? Okay. So what happens? Let's understand. When I fire a command Java C, the Java compiler converted your text file, hello.java file, to a class file. And this class file contains, whatever it contains is called bytecode. Okay. And this bytecode is only understood by your Java virtual machine. This is an executable code, something which will run. Executable means something which is runnable. Fine. So class file contains bytecode, the machine language of the Java virtual machine. Okay, machine language of the Java virtual machine. So as I said, right, it is run by the Java virtual machine, right? Now the next is, as soon as I say Java, right? That is the first command, Java C. But when I say Java hello, or the Java hello world in our case, right? What happens? Your Java runtime environment will, okay, I'm talking about this command. Let me go here. The second command, this one, Java hello world. Okay, what happens? As soon as you say enter, Java hello world enter, a Java runtime environment will come into picture. A process is created. Okay, within that Java runtime environment, there is a one component class loader. What it will do, it will load your class file into memory. Okay, we'll see in details tomorrow maybe. Okay, so there, the very first part is class loader, load the bytecode into the memory. Second, the security will come into picture. The Java runtime environment has a bytecode verifier, which will verify whatever is there inside a class file. Is it a valid Java code? Is it a valid and safe? Yes, go ahead. If not, throw error. And finally, the Java virtual machine have execution engine. What it will do, it will execute your code. But how? How it will execute? It will, how it will execute, I'll show you uh, with a diagram. Let me not have, okay. Okay, let me open my pen program. So I'll just create here, right? So when I say here Java hello world, right? What will happen? So Java environment or Java virtual machine will come into picture. Okay, on top of your operating system, one process will be running, that is called Java environment. Okay, what it will do, it will take your bytecodes. Okay, it will take your bytecodes, translate bytecodes to machine understandable code, and then execute. This is what it happens. So you have operating system. Let's say this is my operating system. Operating system. And this is your, let's say this is your Java runtime environment. Okay, this one I'm talking about, this one. Okay. Okay, so what it does, it takes your bytecode, and finally, right? See, this operating system has a control of your hardware, right? Operating system knows where is your processor, how to talk to processor, how to talk to memory, right? Everything is controlled by operating system. Okay, when you say Java hello world, a virtual environment is created. This is called Java virtual machine. This part, right? This part, I'm talking about this part, this one. Okay, this square is a Java virtual platform. Okay, this is the actual platform. This is called virtual platform. What it will do, it will take your bytecodes. It will take your, this is what we have, Java bytecodes, okay, from your class file. And because these bytecodes are platform independent, right? As I said, right, Java is a platform independent. When I say Java is a platform independent, it means the Java bytecodes, After compilation, whatever code you are getting inside a class file is platform independent. Okay, is platform independent. But at the time of running, right, what this virtual machine does is it takes the bytecode, and depending on underlying platform, it translates. If it is a Windows, translate like Windows. If it is a Unix, if it is a Mac, so depending on the underlying platform, it translate your bytecode to machine understandable language and then tell the operating system to execute. Okay, so execution happens. But before that, this intermediate code, this platform independent code must be translated. And that is done by your Java runtime environment. Clear to everyone? So this is how Java makes your code platform independent. Okay. Okay, guys, is it clear now? We are running out of time. Don't worry. And we'll, yeah, most of you have some questions. Don't worry. We'll take one by one. And right now we are running out of time and we'll continue tomorrow maybe. Yeah, with the same. Okay. So don't worry. If something are missed out here, don't worry on that. Just try to understand. Okay. Try to understand when I say Java hello, what will happen? A Java virtual machine or a virtual platform created on top of the actual platform, which translate your bytecode into machine understandable code and execute. This Java virtual machine or this runtime environment has a class loader as well, which loads the class. We have a bytecode verifier, and then finally it executes. Okay. Now, as I said, JDK, JRE, and JVM, right? JDK, all you need to develop your Java program, all you need to develop, compile, debug. JDK already we have installed. Within JDK, you may have seen the JRE. JRE is responsible for executing your code, executing your class files. Okay, and in a runtime, okay, what happened? Which actually runs. Okay, so this is how it looks like: JDK, JRE, and JVM. Okay, so these are 2 points you need to remember. So the JDK which we have downloaded, right, which contains Java compiler, right, all are platform dependent. Only the Java class file bytecode which is getting created after compilation is a platform independent. Where is Java compiler? So if you look at where we have installed our Java C program files Java, this is the JDK, right? Within the JDK there is a bin folder, right? You can see the Java C. This is the Java C which I use to translate my text file into the bytecode. And this is the command which I use to execute. Clear, guys? Okay, so someone asking the difference between JDK and JRE, right? So JRE is only responsible for running your program, running your class file, running your bytecode, running your software, right? But JDK has additional tools, like you can see there is jar, Java C, Java doc, Java H, all have a different meaning. We have used this one, Java C, for compiling our Java file to class files. So this is required for development. Okay, clear? Okay, so I think you already have another session, right? And yeah, I'll share the PPT, everything, don't worry. We'll also get recording, don't worry. Okay. Okay, so actually I had a lot to cover, but today because we did not proceed further, okay, but don't worry. What I believe is, learn less, but learn it very clear, okay? Tomorrow, what we are going to cover? Yes, you can contact me on my WhatsApp, and ma'am will provide you on the group, or on the group you can ask, right? If someone can answer, it's good. Otherwise, you can approach me. Okay. So right now, see what we covered. We didn't cover anything, right? We just covered only the basics. You don't need any books as of now. Okay. What we covered is we covered right what is Java, the brief history of Java, and some of the features of Java. Okay. And what we covered is the first Java program and some terminology, right? And how to set up. Okay. One more thing, the Java platform, right? So when I said, right, when you run your program, a platform is created that is called Java Virtual Machine or Java Virtual Platform on top of your actual platform. And within that platform, only your program runs. Okay, that is why Java is a language as well as a platform. Java is a technology as well as a platform. Okay, clear to everyone? So far, any doubt? Don't worry about WhatsApp number and all. Okay, you will get it from your ma'am. Yeah, coordinator.
Sir,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
sir, this lecture which happened right now, will it be available in a recorded session? Like,
Yeah. I hope this should be available because it is. Let me see if recording started. Uh, I'm not sure whether recording is started or not. Yeah, it is already on. Okay, recording already on. On the left side, you can see the red icon, right? So recording will be available. Don't worry. Yeah.
still when, sir, it will be available? Like in today or like tomorrow or how?
Yeah. So that you can ask your coordinator. Okay. Your
Okay,
Swati
sir.
ma'am will answer. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry on that. Okay. Okay. So any doubt so far? See, whatever is pending, right? We'll learn in tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay. So first of all, I'll say Java is simple, easy to understand. Okay. So don't worry on that. We'll go step by step. Initially, we are going slow, but don't worry. We'll take a speed afterwards. Okay, guys? No,
Hello.
no prior knowledge of C, C++ required. Okay.
Hello.
Someone, yes. Tell me.
So what is difference between software based and hardware based?
Yeah. So when I say right platform, right? So
Yeah.
basically, when we say a platform, it means there is some hardware software like you have processor in your laptop, and then on top of that you have operating system, right? So those combines we say is a platform, right? In case of a Java, so Java runtime environment, when you run your program, what happens? One process is created, which is completely a software. It's just a code, right? It has nothing related to the hardware, right? It doesn't directly interact with hardware.
Okay.
Okay. So software based means it's just a software. That's it. That is why we are calling it's a virtual operating system. Java runtime environment. What we are saying is a virtual operating system. It's called virtual platform. It's not physical. It's not the real platform. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone has
Uh,
a version. Yeah, you can use it.
so
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
there is
Ask.
one more request.
Mhm.
Sir, as you are recording these lectures, so can you just on that video panel so that while if later we used to see these lectures, so it will get more interactive for us.
Video means what? See, whatever is shown on the Zoom, right? Everything is recorded.
Yes, I am saying that your video, it means that you are talking. One panel gets on that screen.
Okay. So you want to see my face, or like you want to see what I'm sharing?
Yeah, yes. That will
Okay.
more interactive while we watch
Okay. Okay.
later.
Okay. So I am not sharing, because I just wake up. Okay. And also, thing is that the network bandwidth, right?
Okay,
That,
so
okay. Okay. So video you're talking about. See, so basically most of the time I'm sharing something, right? So you might not be able to see me. Mostly you have to focus on the content which I'm sharing, right? Don't worry. I mean, I'll I'll share my video. Don't worry. I share my face as well on the screen. Okay. Any question, guys? Is it required to install JDK 1.0 separately like you did in the today's session? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask that the JVM you told about comes under JRE, but like, what is the specific task of JRE and like JVM?
See, yeah, I'll tell you. Okay. So basically, what happens? We need a Java virtual machine, right? Which will run my Java bytecode, correct?
Yeah.
And for that, Sun Microsystem, or I can say the Java people, right? They have written a specification. They have written a rules. Specification is nothing but set of rules. So this is how you can write your JVM. This should do this. This should do this. This is how it interacts with the OS. This is how it interacts with memory and all those things, right? And that specification, right? Everyone, right? So for example, we have a JRE for Windows, we have a JRE for Linux. Okay, we also have Open JDK, we also have JDK from Amazon, right? So looking at those specifications, they created their own JRE, correct? They created a JDK or JRE, fine?
Mm.
Okay, so now that is called JRE, Java Runtime Environment, which runs your code. Okay, now when we run my program, okay, when I run my program, so this JRE actually launches a process, right? Which is a process. And that process is called Java Virtual Machine, JVM. So basically, JDK is nothing but a folder which contains tools for development as well as the JRE for running your program. That is the point number one. Second, JRE contains all the required, libraries to run your program. Okay. Now JVM is as part of during runtime when program is running. Okay, when the program is running, okay, there is a piece of code which is part of the process which executes your code, which actually executes your code, which actually translate and execute. That is called JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Okay, the runtime environment contains a lot of things, right? There is a class loader, bytecode verifier. There are a lot of things are there. Okay, but the most key part is a JVM, Java Virtual Machine, which translate and execute. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So physically it's a JDK and JRE only. Okay. In
Right, sir.
runtime there is additional thing JVM. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So someone is asking, can we use VS Code, right? See, right now do only what I'm doing. Okay. Just focus on Notepad. Okay. Notepad plus any version. Later on, we'll use Eclipse or IntelliJ or any other IDE you can use. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to ask in the class loader is there. So JVM is having its own class loader or it uses the OS one?
No, it has its own, right?
And OS is also having one loader, right? So program loader.
Yeah. So that details you know already, right?
Yeah.
So when we say Java, right? So Java class, the class which you have written, okay?
Right.
Okay. So that is the Java. So JVM has, or I can say Java runtime environment has a class loader which loads the class files. Okay. So if you look at, let me share again. Class loader. Where is the code? Where is the hello world? Yes. Let me share my screen full. Yes. Okay. So you can see, right, the hello world.class file which is created on my directory, right, which has a bytecode. Okay. So that class file also we are using some library. System is not written by me, right? System is also a class similar to hello world, which is part of library. So the class loader loads not only my hello world, but also the content of system, also the content of string, any ready-made class which you are using from the JDK, right? So everything is loaded. Okay. So we are talking about
So
the
JVM has its own loader.
yeah. So we are talking about the Java class loader. We're not talking about the OS program loader. Yeah. Okay. So someone is asking, is JVM a compiler? Yes. So see, JVM is an interpreter. Okay. JVM is a interpreter. Okay, I'll write here interpreter. Okay, so what it means, let me, where is notepad? Let me share the screen here again. So what does it mean? Day one, this is notepad. Okay. Okay, someone is asking, is JVM a compiler? See, there are two compilers. One you have already seen, Java P, which is called Java compiler. Okay, JVM is interpreter. Okay, interpreter is also a translator. Okay, what is the work of translator? Translate from one code to other, right? That is the work of translator, right? Interpreter is also kind of translator. It translates your byte code into machine understandable code and then executes. It does in one go. Java compiler, one shot, it compiles everything, check the Java syntax. It checks the Java syntax, right? If there is any mistake, it will flag you right away. Interpreter, it will translate and execute. Okay, this is also a translator. Yeah.
Sir, so hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, so the syntax errors and other errors will be corrected by Java compiler, and only Java interpreter will interpret our code. It will not find errors.
Yes. So Java interpreter, or I can say JVM, is responsible for running your code, right? For the end user, it runs my program. That's it. Yeah. For an end user,
Sir, C does not have any interpreter. It only has compiler.
Yes. The Java C is just a compiler, syntax checking. So for example, you missed the semicolon. In case of some uppercase, you have used lowercase. In case of lowercase, if you use uppercase, so it will flag you. It will show you that this is the error you have. It will not create class file. Once everything is correct, it will create class file. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we need to compulsorily have class file in our code, or can we just have methods in the code?
The class file in the sense you're talking about the syntax, right?
Yeah.
So yes, all Java programs or all Java methods should be surrounded inside a class. Okay. Unlike your C++, right? In C++, you can have a main method outside the class, right? But in Java, everything should be inside a class. I can have multiple methods. I can have one more method, let's say void f1. Okay. I can have another method void f2. That is possible. Okay?
But within the class.
Yeah, within the class. Yes.
So methods are like functions. If we compare.
Yes. We'll learn tomorrow. Don't worry. We'll learn everything tomorrow. We'll learn what is class, what is methods, what is variables, what is data types. Okay. What is statements, everything. Don't worry. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, so JVM is different for all operating system.
One by one. Sorry. Yeah.
Sir, JVM is different for all operating system.
Yes. That is the key point, right? See, when I say JDK, right, I downloaded JDK for a different operating system, right? And JDK contains JRE, JVM, everything, right? So all are platform dependent. Only class files, output of your Java C.
Sir? Yeah, means JVM is different for all platforms.
Sir?
Only class independent. Yeah.
So we are saying that Java is a robust memory management platform, but then we are adding layers and layers like Java virtual machine between OS and the program. Then would it not be a disadvantage for us?
No, that is the advantage, right? The very first advantage because of this layer is platform independence.
Yes, but sir, will it be a disadvantage in memory, because we are also saying that it is robust in memory management?
Yeah, so robust in memory management in the sense, right? If you're directly interacting with the operating system, right, it means you're trying to manage memory by yourself. So for example, you allocating some memory, you are clearing those memory. Okay, you're using the pointers, you're manipulating memory. But now, because your program running inside some sandbox, right?
Okay.
Inside some virtual platform.
Yes.
Okay, you cannot directly go and manipulate your operating system. You crash your operating system. You can't do it. So that advantage is you have an enhanced security. Your
Like safe
code, you know.
firewall type safe wall.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
That is another advantage. Security is another feature.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, does Java have some disadvantages over other programming languages?
Yeah. So not disadvantage, but I can say in terms of performance, right? So something which is directly running on your operating system, and something which is translated on the fly. So you can see your class file is translated and then executed, correct? Because your class file is not platform dependent. It's a platform independent code.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So there is a one layer, right? Translate and execute. Although, are you getting my point? But if it is a C program, it is directly executed on the platform. So definitely the C code will be faster than your Java program.
So software written on C code will be more faster than software written on Java program.
Correct. But nowadays, what happens? This the JVM is very advanced. The reason is they have just-in-time compiler. Okay, it's not only translate line by line. It does a lot of manipulation with your class file. It does a lot of arrangements. Okay, and also at the time of translation, it is not only translating line by line, but bunch of lines. It finds out like what all dependence on what, and it's quickly translate and execute. So if you look at the time, it is matching near to the performance of C and C++. Okay.
So we can say Java is developer friendly and C is user friendly.
No.
Like that.
No. Why? This is also user friendly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
Does JIT check for runtime errors?
Yes. Runtime errors will be checked by while running, right? While running, for example, on the compile time, I have something available, but a runtime, it is not there. Okay. Are you getting my point? So that will be caught while running. So always there are two types of error. One is a compile time error, usually a syntax error, and there is a runtime error while running. So Java C also gives some error. Java also gives some error. One is called compile time error, other is called runtime error. We'll see later on. Don't worry. When we write some code, okay, it will be more clear on that.
Hello, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, in Java, it is necessary to write program in class only?
Yes. Always. That is a part of syntax. The basic syntax. See, Java is an object-oriented language, right? And object-oriented language means everything should be either class or object. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. There should not be anything which is outside the boundary of your class and object. Okay. So that is why this is a part of syntax. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
Sir, attendance?
Attendance, your ma'am will you can talk to your coordinator, man. I don't know how to get attendance, but if you don't have any doubts, so let's stop here. Okay. I'll share this PPT as well as the notes, although you will get recording from your ma'am. Actually, all the recordings all will be stored in some centralized location. From there, you can get it. Okay.
Sir, is Java 100% object oriented?
You can say, and you cannot say. See, what is the meaning of 100% object oriented?
Means we can't write without writing class.
Yes. See, not only that. See, so the only language which I know, this small talk, is 100% object oriented language. Okay. So when I say object oriented language, 100% means you should have everything either class or object. You should not have a primitive. Okay. But if you look at the Java has int, right? Int, float, double. If you know Java a little bit, okay. So there are data types which are primitive in nature, and also we have a class integer I capital, D capital, double, okay. And because Java has this primitive type, only that is why people are saying it is not 100% object oriented, but it supports both, because these primitives are much faster than the class counterparts, right? Okay, so that is why people are saying, because it also have primitives, it is not pure object oriented language, because by definition pure object oriented means everything should be either class or object. There should not be primitives. Getting my point?
So what is meaning of the term primitive here?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. When we write some code, you will understand. Primitive is kind of data type I'm talking about. So for example, you want to store, let's say, number, okay. So you have to store in some kind of holder, right? Some variable that is called variable. The variable is of type, okay. So I can write on the chat. So for example, if I say int x equal to 100, okay. So here int lowercase is a primitive. I can also write like this: integer x equal to 100, okay. So both are a correct syntax in Java. The second one is the pure object oriented approach. The first one is not object oriented approach, right? But it is faster, okay. Okay, maybe I sent you the direct message to someone else, sorry. So let me type again. So I'm writing here int x equal to 100, or I can say integer x equal to 100. So because Java supports both, and that is why people are saying it's not fully object oriented, but yes, it is. It 99% it is covering everything which is required for object orientation. Any doubt, guys? If not, let's stop here.
So why have you written integer in full form? I did not understand.
So that is also available in Java. So there is a class also, integer I capital. Integer is a class, and the first int is a primitive. Okay, clear? Don't worry. I mean, we'll see. Like when we learn, right? Yeah. Okay, guys. So if no any questions, should I share PPT on the chat only? Let me share directly here.
No,
the
sir.
Chat window. Yeah.
Sir, can we use Notepad++ to write code also?
Yes. You can use it.
Which version, sir?
Anyone you can use. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
I'll share all the notes here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll share the notes here on this chat window only. Okay, let me select the files and your computer. C-DAC and COP Java. Where I saved day 1. Yeah. Anything else you need? See, right now I'm sharing here, right? But there will be some centralized location provided by your coordinator, and there I can put everything. Okay, you can ask your coordinator, Swati ma'am. Okay, she will provide. Okay, guys. So let's stop here. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.